As we all are getting ready to say goodbye to 2024 and ring into the new year, you might be thinking back on all the shows you binged,
Yeah.
all the movies you watched, and
Yeah, for sure.
all the hours you spent streaming.
Definitely.
Remember when we all thought streaming was going to totally kill cable?
Oh, yeah.
Well, turns out 2024 had some other plans in store.
Yeah, things are getting
Yeah. So
interesting.
in this deep dive, we're going to tackle this whole streaming fatigue thing.
Yeah.
We've got some hard data from a reviews.org report.
Okay.
And we'll be diving into a super interesting Reddit thread
It's good.
where folks are really sounding off about their experiences.
Yeah.
So first up, the big shocker. Americans actually spent 23% less on streaming in 2024
Wow.
than the year before.
That's a lot less.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like a major shift.
It is.
And the reviews.org report showed that the average monthly spending went from $55
Yeah.
down to $42.
Yeah, it's a big drop.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, is streaming failing us?
Yeah.
Or are we just totally lost in this sea of entertainment options?
Right. It's like streaming became this teenager that promised us everything.
Totally.
And then suddenly got really complicated and expensive.
Exactly. And it seems like a ton of people are getting burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
Reviews.org also found that almost 28% of Americans are feeling this streaming fatigue.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Think about it constantly. New services popping up, each one wanting another subscription fee.
Right.
Content scattered everywhere. It's just,
There's a lot to handle.
it's overwhelming.
For sure.
And then there's just the sheer volume of stuff to watch.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like we're drowning in shows and movies with algorithms shoving recommendations in our faces.
Definitely.
It's no wonder people are craving something simpler.
I get it.
And get this, the fatigue is leading to some really interesting trends.
Like what?
Ad-supported streaming is making a big comeback.
Really?
By the end of Q3 2024, a whopping 43% of streaming subscriptions were ad-supported.
Wow.
And even crazier, 56% of new subscriptions were all about those ads.
Huh.
It's like we're going back in time.
Yeah, you'd think people would want to avoid ads.
I know, right?
Especially since that was the whole point of streaming in the first place.
Exactly. It feels kind of contradictory.
It does.
But I guess it shows that people are really feeling the pinch.
Yeah, saving money's a big deal these days.
For sure. And when you're bombarded with ads on top of paying a monthly fee,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder if streaming is living up to its promises.
Right. Is this just a temporary thing, or is the whole model starting to crack?
And then there's the other big shocker.
Yeah.
Cable actually saw a comeback this year.
You're kidding?
Nope. Spending on cable and satellite went up by 11%.
Seriously?
Yeah, and it wasn't just a little bump. The average American was shelling out $89 a month for cable or satellite,
Wow.
more than they were spending on streaming.
That's wild. I thought we all said goodbye to cable years ago.
Me too. But something's bringing people back.
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, for one, cable companies got smart with their bundling deals.
Ah.
They package internet, phone, and TV together.
Yeah.
And it looks like a good deal, especially for people who aren't super tech-savvy.
Right.
That simplicity can be pretty tempting.
Definitely.
It's like they're playing on our fear of missing out,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe even our fear of change. You get everything in one package.
Yeah.
No need to stress about choosing all these different streaming services.
I see your point.
And let's be real, for some people, cable never really went away.
True.
It was always there, especially in areas with bad internet,
Yeah.
or for people who just prefer that traditional TV experience.
Right. It's familiar.
Exactly.
Right.
So maybe we were a little too quick to declare cable dead.
Maybe so.
But let's not forget why so many of us ditched it in the first place.
Yeah. What was it again?
Hidden fees contracts, terrible customer service.
Oh, yeah. That was a nightmare.
I know, right? Total pain points.
Totally.
But here's the thing. It seems like streaming services have kind of normalized those practices. Yeah, we're now used to price hikes, limited content, and juggling multiple subscriptions.
It's like we just swapped one set of problems for another.
Exactly. But let's get out of the industry's head for a second
Okay.
and hear from the people who are actually living this streaming struggle.
Good idea.
We've got this awesome Reddit thread
Okay.
where users are getting real about streaming fatigue and how they're coping.
I'm all ears.
This thread is pure gold.
Okay.
One user, tired of ads,
Mm-hmm.
says, I'm so overpaying for a streaming service
Yeah.
and still getting slammed with ads.
Oh, I hate that.
Right? It's like a total slap in the face.
It is. You think you're paying to avoid ads,
Exactly.
then they sneak them in anyway.
And it's not just the ads themselves.
Yeah.
That feeling of being nickel and dimed.
Right.
You pay for the service,
Mm-hmm.
And then they want even more money for premium content or to get rid of those ads.
Yeah, that's
It
frustrating.
feels so manipulative.
Definitely.
Another big complaint is that content is all over the place.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
One user, Streaming Nomad, says, I'm tired of needing 5 different services just to watch all the shows I'm interested in.
Ugh.
It's a logistical and financial mess.
It is like a giant game of hide and seek with your favorite shows.
Exactly. One month it's on Netflix, the next it's on Hulu,
Right.
and then it jumps to some random platform you've never even heard of.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
And it makes it so hard for new viewers to even get started.
True.
Imagine trying to figure out where to watch anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally overwhelming.
But if you're on a tight budget, forget about it.
Exactly. Subscribing to multiple services just isn't realistic.
Nope.
So some people are just taking matters into their own hands.
What do you mean?
This user, Tech Savvy Pirate, says, screw it.
Okay.
I'm going back to pirating. It's cheaper, and I can get everything in one place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can kind of see their point.
Yeah, the frustration makes sense.
Right.
But it does bring up all those legal and ethical questions.
For sure. It's like a digital rebellion
Mm-hmm.
against an industry that feels out of touch.
I get it.
And then you've got the DIY crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Home Media Guru says, I built my own media server.
Wow.
Best decision ever. I have total control over my content.
Mm-hmm.
No more streaming BS.
That's impressive.
There's something so empowering about that.
Yeah, taking control of your entertainment destiny.
Right. Becoming your own curator.
Like a throwback to the early internet.
Totally.
When people were more active in shaping their online experience.
Exactly. And I think it also shows a desire for simplicity and ownership.
Definitely.
With a media server, everything's right there organized just how you like it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not at the mercy of algorithms or licensing deals.
I can see the appeal.
So it definitely feels like we're at a turning point.
Yeah, things are shifting.
As we head into 2025, where do you think streaming is going?
That's a tough one.
Will we end up with some kind of hybrid model,
Maybe.
like a blend of cable and on-demand?
Could be.
Or are we on the edge of something even more radical?
It's hard to say for sure.
And what about the role of technology? Everyone's talking about the metaverse these days.
Right.
Could VR and AR become a bigger part of how we watch stuff?
It's possible. Imagine watching movies with her avatars in some virtual cinema.
Wow. That's either really cool or a little creepy.
Uh-huh. I know, right?
But it definitely makes you think about how we'll interact with entertainment in the future.
Definitely. And it also raises some big questions about data privacy.
Oh, yeah?
The more we stream, the more data we generate,
True?
and the more vulnerable we become to breaches or misuse of that information.
That's a scary thought. It's like we're constantly weighing the convenience of streaming against the potential risks to our privacy.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
But let's not get too doom and gloom.
Oh.
There's also potential for positive change.
Right.
Maybe this whole streaming fatigue thing will force the industry to innovate,
Oh,
to
flirt.
come up with new models that are better for everyone.
Yeah, more sustainable for consumers and for the creators, too.
Exactly. What if, instead of chasing more subscribers and bigger numbers,
Mm.
streaming services focused on quality content,
Yeah.
curated experiences, and building communities around shared interests?
That'd be great.
I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
So as you're raising a glass to the new year,
Yeah.
take a moment to think about your own relationship with streaming.
Okay.
Are you feeling that fatigue? Are you trying out different things?
Yeah.
What do you want the future of entertainment to look like?
That's a good question.
Remember, these deep dives are all about giving you the info and the different perspectives.
Right.
So as you navigate this ever-changing world of entertainment, make choices that feel right for you.
Definitely.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we wish you a happy, healthy, and entertaining new year.
Cheers to that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll catch you in 2025 with more explorations of the trends shaping our world.
See you then. But it's not just bundling and, that familiar feeling. I think there's another piece to this cable humbug puzzle.
What is it?
Cable companies, they've been upping their game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're investing in better tech, better user experience.
Like what kind of stuff?
Think on-demand content voice remotes, even integration with streaming services.
So they're kind of blurring the lines.
Yeah, making cable feel less like something from the past and more like a real contender in the entertainment world.
So maybe we were wrong to think cable was totally dead.
Maybe just a little.
But those reasons, we all ditched cable in the first place.
Yeah.
They're pretty legit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hidden fees contracts, the worst customer service ever.
Ugh. I still have nightmares about those phone calls.
I know, right? It is brutal.
Totally.
But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like streaming services have kind of picked up those bad habits.
You think so?
Yeah, we're so used to prices going up, limited content, juggling all these subscriptions.
It's true.
It's like we traded one set of problems for another.
Yeah, out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But let's move away from the big picture for a minute
Okay.
and hear what actual people are saying.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
We've got this awesome Reddit thread
Right.
where users are getting real about streaming fatigue and how they're dealing with it.
I'm curious to hear what they have to say.
This thread is pure gold.
Okay.
One user, Tired Ads, says, I'm so overpaying for a streaming service and still getting hit with ads,
Oh, I hate that.
right? It's like a total slap in the face.
It is. You think you're paying to avoid ads,
Exactly.
and then they just throw them at you anyway.
And it's not just the ads themselves.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of being nickel and dime.
Yeah.
You pay for the service,
Mm-hmm.
and then they want even more money for premium content or to get rid of those ads.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
It feels so manipulative.
Definitely.
Another big complaint is that content is all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I hate that.
One user, Streaming Nomad, says, I'm tired of needing 5 different services just to watch all the shows I'm interested in. It's a logistical and financial
Yeah,
nightmare.
it is like a giant game of hide and seek with your favorite shows.
Exactly. One month it's on Netflix, the next it's on Hulu,
Right.
and then it jumps to some random platform you've never even heard of.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
And it makes it so hard for new viewers to even get started.
True.
Imagine trying to figure out where to watch anything.
Yeah.
It's completely overwhelming.
And if you're on a tight budget, forget about it.
Exactly. Subscribing to multiple services just isn't an option.
Nope.
So some people are just taking matters into their own hands.
What do you mean?
This user tech-savvy pirate says, screw it.
Okay.
I'm going back to pirating. It's cheaper, and I can get everything in one place. I mean, you can kind of see their point.
Yeah, the frustration is understandable,
Right.
but it does bring up all those legal and ethical questions.
Definitely. It's like a digital rebellion
Mm-hmm.
against an industry that feels out of touch.
I get it.
And then you've got the DIY crowd.
Oh, yeah, those are my people.
Home Media Guru says, I built my own media server.
Wow.
Best decision ever. I have total control over my content.
Mm-hmm.
No more streaming BS.
That's pretty impressive.
There's something so empowering about that,
Yeah, taking control of your entertainment destiny.
right? Becoming your own curator.
Like a throwback to the early internet,
Totally.
when people were more hands-on in shaping their online experience.
Exactly. And I think it also shows that people want simplicity and ownership.
Definitely.
With a media server, everything's right there, organized just how you want it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not at the mercy of algorithms or licensing deals.
I can see the appeal for sure.
So it really feels like we're at a turning point.
Yeah, things are changing for sure.
As we're looking ahead to 2025, where do you think all this is going? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, where's the streaming world headed?
It's a tough one to call.
Will we settle into some kind of hybrid model,
Yeah, maybe.
like a blend of cable and on-demand?
Could be.
Or is something even more radical on the horizon?
It's really hard to say.
And what about the role of technology?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's talking about the metaverse.
Yeah, that's the big buzzword.
Will we be watching movies with our avatars in some virtual cinema?
That's a wild thought.
It's like, whoa.
I know, right?
But it makes you think about how we'll experience entertainment in the future.
For sure. And it brings up those concerns about data privacy, too.
Oh, yeah.
The more we stream, the more data we create.
Right.
And that makes us more vulnerable.
To breaches and misuse.
Exactly. It's like we're always trying to find that balance.
Between convenience and privacy.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
But let's not get too down on everything.
Okay.
There's room for positive change, too.
Right.
Maybe this streaming fatigue will actually push the industry to do better.
I hope so.
Come up with new models that are better for everyone.
Yeah, for consumers and the people making the content.
Exactly.
Mhm.
What if, instead of just chasing bigger numbers,
Mm-hmm.
streaming services focused on quality over quantity?
Yeah.
More curated experiences. And building communities around what people love.
That would be a welcome change.
I think we've covered a lot today.
Yeah, we have.
So as you're ringing in the new year,
Mm-hmm.
think about your own streaming habits.
Okay.
Are you feeling burned out?
Yeah.
Are you looking for something different?
Mm-hmm.
What did your ideal future of entertainment look like?
Those are good questions to ponder.
Remember, these deep dives are all about giving you the info,
Yeah.
helping you see things from different angles.
Right.
So as you navigate the world of entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
make choices that work for you.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we wish you a happy, healthy, and entertaining new year.
Cheers to that.
Thanks. for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll catch you in 2025 with more explorations of the trends shaping our world.
See you then.